Hello everyone and welcome to my Minecraft snapshots. This is Minecraft Snapshot 21W08A and we are back in the caves for these snapshots because there are just so many changes happening every single snapshot. So, first things off, new ores have been added. So we got the iron ore for the deeper depths and then we got our normal ones which have been retextured except for diamond here. Diamond's the only one out of these 7 that have not been retextured. Redstone is looking as good as ever. Lapis, I'm not quite sure about. I think it's a little too much blue. And gold, this one's looking okay. I think I would keep this one the way it was. That was similar to the nether gold ore, just to keep it consistent. Iron, really looking good. Coal, copper, emerald, looking pretty good. I like the weathering on the copper, but notice that there is not any deep slate versions of them. That is because these will no longer, or they aren't going to, be generating down below Y0. And I'm going to throw up a picture right now. As you can see, the picture shows the new ore generation. So we've got lapis on the side here, and at the bottom part, anyway, it's a nice triangle. Now that is really weird, but in the last snapshot they had a picture that showed more of a blocky form, and so this is going to be really nice, and it kind of looks cleaner. Now, it's still not final, but as of right now, the emerald, which is the green, goes from 256 down to like 40-ish. And notice the text says it's only found in the mountain biome, so that is still staying inside its area. Iron, coal are right beside it, and they're still tapering off, which is similar to the last snapshot. But coal right now has got this triangle, and it's got this extra bar. So it seems to be a pretty solid area to get coal, emerald, and iron still. And moving down, so copper is the orange over here. It and iron and a little bit of lapis, coal, and some emerald can be seen around the Y level 40 and 30-ish. So that's a good place to get those. Not a whole lot of change, but we noticed that the lapis has 2 bars here. One's a triangle and one is just a bar. But the bar says no surface exposure or no air exposure. So what that means is basically you will find no lapis next to air. So none of the caves will have lapis showing. So it means you either have to dig for it or you have to go into the underwater caves because water is not an air block. So that is going to be really where you're going to have to find your lapis. So diamond and gold here, they also have reduced exposure. So you're not going to find them as common. So you'll have to dig for them, which makes sense. Now, there is another small bar here for white, so iron. And you can find a small bit of it below Y0, but it's in smaller chunks. So it's kind of cool to see that iron you can find basically all throughout the world. But that's just something I like. Now, the redstone is similar to before, but maybe a slight change in volume. But nonetheless, it is still found mostly below Y level 0. Anyway, so with that, there is a lot more. So I mentioned that these were called deep slate, and in the previous snapshot, these were changed. So the name of them was changed. So don't worry, it's pretty, like, the textures changed on the top, but on the sides it is just what we had last snapshot. Now, if I jump into creative here, or sorry, survival, and I start mining some of this, you'll notice that it is harder than average stone. And if I pick some of this up, you will see that it is cobbled deep slate. So it's going to be similar to stone with the silk touch to get actual stone, and then if you use a normal pick, you'll get cobblestone. So same thing with this, cobbled deep slate. And with this, you can use it in a crafting table to make the polished, the stairs. You can also use this as a furnace. And if you get the smelted version, then you can make the bricks just like the stone. So there's one more thing added that I want to take a look at, and it's going to be taking in place in the geodes. So you noticed outside that there was a lot of the deep slate, and there was also a little bit of tough if you look closely enough. Just fly around a little bit, give myself some night vision, and you'll see tough. So this stuff right here. Now if I go into spectator, there is no geode being surrounded by the tough. So this now generates in place of the andesite that was down here. Because last snapshot they took out everything, all the stone, left the andesite. So they've replaced it with tough. And now the outside of the geodes has been replaced with smooth basalt. So I really like how this ties in to the nether, as you're getting farther down into the core of the world. So smooth basalt can be made through the furnace. So putting normal basalt in any furnace will get you smooth basalt. So I really like the texture. It is much smoother than basalt. If I just take a little bit here and place it down, it gives a little bit of a finer or smoother texture. Because like this I would use for like a tree, like a ashed or a dead tree or burnt tree. And then this right here, this blends in really, really nicely. Nice transition. I really, really do like this block. So if we just put it over here, you can kind of, like, it does stand out a little bit, but farther away, that is going to blend in really, really nicely. So making paths or doing whatever, I really, really like this texture. Anyway, guys, that is everything in Snapshot 21W08A. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys come back next week, as there will most likely be a Snapshot. And if you guys are into other games inside the Minecraft universe, don't forget to check out Minecraft Dungeons, as they have updated today, and I will be covering all that in another episode. So with that, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.